Good morning, everybody. It is February 12th, Wednesday, and I'm going to show you what we're going to be eating today. This morning, Abby is going to have a boost and an orange. I'm going to leave out for her because she's still sleeping. As I get to go to coffee break, which is a women's Bible study at my church. It's non-denominational, so anybody can go. And part of the coffee break, there's coffee served that's free, and then one person each week brings a snack. And this week is my week. So usually I can't make a decision of what I'm going to bring. So today I'm going to make a chocolate peanut butter lava cake in my new Pampered Chef Rock Crock Dutch oven. Here, I'm going to try to lift it up one-handed and not break it. And I'm going to do it in the microwave at the church. So I'm going to just put all the ingredients in here and cook it up in the microwave there. I think it's like 9 minutes in the microwave. And it's a lava cake. So it's going to be yummy. I'm going to have that. And I have already cut some sliced oranges. I'm going to cut up some apples too. And I cut and diced like some grapefruit to be the healthy components of it. And probably going to do some cheese and crackers. So there's a savory component to it, just in case somebody doesn't want like dessert, that's going to be really, really yummy. But it literally takes a cake mix, chocolate chips, peanut butter, oil, and water, eggs, and you just mix it up in there, and then you microwave it. Oh, and it's like super easy. So I'll bring you along when I go and do that. So here's the rock crock. I already put some butter around the bottom just to grease it up. Never put spray, the cooking spray in here on rock crocks because it could do some damage or whatever to it. That's what the instructions say. So I just put butter because I want to make sure that at the bottom I'll be able to get it up afterwards. And then I'm just mixing it all right in the crock pot. So this is a chocolate cake mix. It called for a devil's food cake one, but I don't have that. So I'm using what I have. So just a chocolate food mix. And half a cup of oil. And 1¼ cups of water. I pre-measured that into this cup, so it was easy to pour. And then 2 eggs. I just put that in that measuring cup in there, and then you mix this up right in the pan. You could do this with a homemade cake mix. Like you make either a homemade cake mix or a homemade cake recipe. And just put all that in here. And then the other add-ins, once this is all mixed up, is a cup of chocolate chips and a cup of peanut butter. Just lightly stirred in. So I just want to make sure that is all mixed. And then just take about a cup of peanut butter. That's about a cup. And then about a cup of chocolate chips. And then just there we go. And then I'm just going to stir that in a bit. Apparently you don't want to stir it too much, so there'll be chunks of like spots where there's peanut butter and just chocolate, you know, so it's in there. And there we have it, and then you put the lid on it and cook it in the microwave. There, I'm at church and I'm putting it in the microwave for 9.5 minutes. With the lid on. And there it is, all steamy. You let it sit for 5 minutes. We will have that to eat. So don't forget to use pot holders to take it out of the oven because this is really hot. And there you have it. It was a big hit. People have had seconds. I still have some left over, so we will have that for dessert tonight. So I will put the link to the recipe below. And it was so easy. It was done in 9.5 minutes in the microwave. It was super yummy. I have never done an actual whole cake in the microwave before, but I've done like muffin mugs. Well, this is like just a bigger cake, and it turned out wonderful. So if you're interested in more info, just give me a message. Send me a message, okay? Bye, friends. Hey, everybody. I'm just starting to prep stuff for supper tonight. I'm going to make some Vietnamese rice paper rolls. Remember that sauce from the steak I had marinated, and then I decided to keep the marinade? I'm going to try to open this one-handed. It was frozen. I'm going to do that on the thinly sliced pork. It's fondue sliced meat that I had picked up. I'm going to use that to make Vietnamese rolls tonight, as well as use the other half to make like a pho style soup. So I'm going to show you what I did. So just taking the sauce out of here, make sure it's all out. And then that's the part that's just going to defrost and put into pho style stock. And I'm just going to stir this around with the marinade that I had previously made up so that everything kind of will work. I'll stab it a little bit and let that, it's still a bit frozen, like this stuff is still frozen some, so I'm gonna let that defrost still and chop up some bok choy, and I'm going to shred some carrots and cucumber if I still have any, and lettuce for the rolls. So I'm going to fry up some of these. These are already fried tofu pieces. I'm just going to get them crispy. I'm going to have that for my lunch. I had a lot at coffee break this morning, and that was at 9:30, 10 to about 10:30. So I was still full to that. It's now just after 3, and I'm having my lunch. I'm just like, I'm a bit peckish, but I don't want something huge. So I'm going to fry these up and a bit of oil and some hot sauce and maybe some hoisin, and have that for my lunch. So I just put a bit of chili oil in this pan with the chilies in there. And I've been flipping the tofu around so they get nice and crispy. I just chopped up some cabbage so that I have some vegetable in there. Get these all turned around, get nice and crispy. Put the cabbage in there, start cooking. And then I'm just gonna take the tofu out, just putting a bit of soy sauce in there, and bring it to stir around. And there's my finished dish. I put the cooked cabbage on top of the tofu with some soy sauce. And we're just going to have that for lunch. Hey, everybody. Supper plans have changed a tiny little bit. So I did marinate the meat, but I'm not going to make rolls with them tonight. Hubby didn't want to make rolls, so I'm going to just have still this in the fridge for tomorrow. So extra marination, you know, more flavor infused in the meat. I am making the faux style soup though, and I'm making it a little bit more heartier. I'm going to show you what I did. So in here, I just took a carton of beef broth and a carton of pork ramen broth and a liter of water. I put in some chopped napa leaves, some basil, some mint, some rice noodles, and some green onions, spring onion tips. And then I'm taking a couple eggs and I'm just scrambling them, and I'm going to be drizzling this just over into the soup to have like an egg drop soup and really good protein in the soup without really adding a lot of cost. So stir that around so that gets all cooked. And nobody's the wiser. You get little pieces of egg in there, and everybody will eat that. It also cloudies up the soup broth a bit. And then I'm taking the rest of this thinly sliced pork and putting that in the soup. And letting that cook, which literally only takes a minute. The soup has not quite come to a boil, but it will any second. So you just take the pork, you make sure it separates, because otherwise you got big chunks of pork and it kind of defeats the purpose of the thinly sliced pork. And half of this package was $6, I believe, 6 something. So half is like $3. My husband said it's like he wanted a nice soup for supper, and he didn't want spring rolls or that, so I was going to get in some spring rolls from the freezer, but get all the juices, but he didn't want them. Now just stir that around so that the pork cooks up. You could use fondue chicken, beef, you could put tofu in here, you could do shrimp. Pork is usually cheap, of the cheapest, pork and chicken. And then I am putting those bean sprouts I had in the fridge in here. So bean sprouts in the bag can usually last a week or so, depending on. You could also just put them in water, cold water, and change out the water every once in a while. So now you see the pork is cooked. The soup is starting to boil. And all this food. Oh, and I put a lime. I diced a lime in here, so I just had to make sure I take out the lime pieces out of people's bowls, so they don't go in people's bowls. But yep, this is going to be supper tonight. And there's the soup. Isn't that yummy? Hey everybody. This is all we have left over from the soup. So everybody had soup, and then we had some of the leftover peanut butter, the chocolate peanut butter lava cake that I made. Which I'll put the recipe down below for you guys. It was really good. There's still some left over of that because some of us were not full, like we're not fully wanting a lot of it. So there's still some of that. So see you tomorrow. Bye, friends.